This is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check. Hey, everyone, if you guys are hearing us right now, we're testing out a new product called Restream to see if we can actually go live. And we are live. We are live in the Facebook group. That's awesome. All right, let's bring in people. And guys, if you want to tune in to this live stream, go to your HelloWoofy account. It's right there on the bottom, and you'll be able to bring in people. You'll be able to come in, and we'll bring you guys in as well. So let's go ahead and bring people in. Vanessa, Kathy, Bertram as well. All right, here we go. We're getting, oh, this is exciting. We should have been doing this from the very beginning. This is super exciting. So guys, if you're tuning in live, right, you want to go into your HelloWoofy account. This is only for customers. Go into your HelloWoofy account. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, we do free group masterminds. We talk to weirdos and underdogs like us, all from all over the world, and we try to help them figure out what they need for their business. So hey guys, we're actually making this live for the first time. I know we used to do this privately, but you can see in the Facebook group, we're live right now, so this is pretty exciting. But so we'll go. We'll kind of set the tone in terms of purpose of this call and how we can help you guys out. Also, Jack is here from our team. He's an incredible human being who's joined a few months ago at this point, right? It's your 100th hour today. Awesome. Well, welcome. So, oh, wow. There's a lot of people coming in now. All right, guys. So for people who are tuning in, and I love how Christina is like just chilling outside. I feel like I want to be outside. It's raining here, though, in New York. So we're going to go around and we're going to talk about a little bit of, who you are. Oh, you have dogs there, too. My dog literally just left yesterday because I'm going to Miami tonight. That's so funny. All right. So let's get into it. So the purpose of this call is to really help you guys, small business owners, the underdogs from all over the world who really, need someone to talk to. It's a lonely journey to build a company, as you know. We need a little bit of help. So we're here to help you guys out. Tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're awesome, what are some of the challenges you're facing this week, and some of the success points. And if you give me a little bit of a context on maybe your URL or who you are in the chat, I can pull up your website and share that as well. Keep in mind, this is being live streamed for the first time, so don't share anything that is super confidential, super private. For that, we do have consulting calls, one-on-one calls where we can, whiteboard everything for you. But this is really for you guys. So we'll start from the top left. Christina, you're the first person on my screen. I don't know about everyone else, but Christina, you can go ahead. Tell us a little about yourself. You're on mute right now, but who you are, why you're awesome, what are some of the challenges you're facing, and we'll go from there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's a whole lot of different questions, and I forgot what all of them are.
Who are you, and why are you so awesome? Of course, you have two dogs, so that makes you really awesome.
Well, I'm at my neighbor's house. So the brownish one is mine, and the other one is Banana, her boyfriend.
Oh.
So yeah. So what I'm doing currently right now is I'm jokingly a full-time stay-at-home dog mom and part-time building a business as well as dog awareness. So that's where my focus is right now. That Nami buys on all social medias. Pretty much. She's on TikTok, she's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Not sure if I need to be joining another one. And the point for it really is to bring dog awareness around how to train your puppy, trainers that are really great.
Yeah.
And that's currently right now the focus. And then when I am no longer training her, she's got a lot of different programs she's in. She's in pet communication with Fluent Pet and being trained to be a therapy dog.
There's someone I want to connect you with. She and I were so we're part of this company called Interview Connections, if you know Margie and Jessica. Shout out to them if you guys are hearing this. So there was actually someone else, her name is blanking, but she is actually like a dog whisperer, a dog coach, and I think the two of you will get along. So just send me an email afterwards and I'm like an introduction. It could be a great channel partner, a great friend, if anything, but some of us are really obsessed with our dogs.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So what are some of the challenges? What are some of the challenges you're facing? Like, how can we help you as a community?
Challenges. I'm right at the beginning stages, so I'm not entirely sure. Mainly it's time. Time, because she takes a lot of time with her schedule and her training and different things.
Sure. Have you considered virtual assistants, or have you considered, resources online to help you out with getting some time
I
back?
haven't yet because this is like my little love project that I'm not expecting to make a lot of money with. It's more about the
Mm.
outreach and the like volunteer aspects of it.
Mm.
I do want to do business consulting once I have more time and I can be a little bit more solid
Sure,
with being
sure.
able to set up appointments. I have a couple clients right now, but
Yeah.
they understand and they're okay with my like I have to move things and I'm not stable for them.
So I know you're on the beginning because I know you signed up for the enterprise plan, right, with us?
I did, yes.
Awesome.
The
Virtual
plan
hugs.
is to
Thank you.
do, thank you. Yeah, plan is to do the business consulting and
Mm.
build out different things,
Okay.
different aspects of like
So
Facebook ads and have teams hopefully within the next 2 years.
got it. Well, one thing I'll definitely say is keep in mind that the best way to start, and I know you're at the beginning stages, is to from a content marketing perspective, fill that library in with as much content as possible. Like yesterday, I just started automating, or I'm getting into the phase of adding photos for my dog, our mascot, and just threw in a whole bunch of images in here in bulk. That was a really good starting point. There is just throw all your images in here, throw all your content in here. If you're looking for suggestions for content and where to find content, there's just very standard recommendations I make. One is all the objections you guys face, right? There's always a reason why people don't want to work with you, and then you sell them and they're like, holy crap, I really want to work with you. So make a list of all the objections. That's your content right there. If we're too expensive, well, if you get what you pay for, right? You if you get the community, you get me, you get the expertise, you get the experience, you got to pay up a little bit. So that might be an objection you might face, and then people are going to be like, yeah, I'd rather pay for experience than a novice who doesn't know what they're doing and maybe just has textbook speak. FAQ articles, anything frequently asked questions that people are asking you again and again and again. That's great content to share on your socials or in your blog, especially for SEO. Testimonials, especially if they're coming directly from the dogs, you can record a dog's testimonial. It might not make sense, but I'm just kidding. And the other thing would be thought leadership content, but that could be other people's thought leadership content in your vertical. I wouldn't use too much of it because at the end of the day, you want to drive everyone back to your website. You can target them, you retarget them, build a list serve of your own and all that. But I would probably keep other people's content, maybe like 10% of the whole array of content that you're creating and scheduling out. Does that make sense, Christina?
It does. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful. I'll come back to you if you have any other questions as well. But we'll move over to Kathy. Kathy, how are you? I love you seem to be up against a brick wall today. What's going on? I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes, it's my photo background.
Oh, wow. That brick can probably not hold up a building, so we're not going to use that.
Yeah. $12 on Amazon.
There we go. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, who you are, why you're awesome, and some of the things you're running into, and we can help you out as a community.
Well, who I am, my name's Kathy. I'm from Utah.
Woo!
And I love living here because of the nature. I love to be in nature, hiking, snowshoeing, whatnot. I own a business called VR Waffles, which is virtual reality. It's bringing human connection back to the remote workforce through team building activities in VR.
Oh, wow.
And so the website for that is vrwaffles.com. And it's pretty much a landing page right now. And then I also am doing leadership coaching, not because I pursued it, because it pursued me.
As with most things in life, you just want to follow the universe and go along with it. So here's your LinkedIn if anyone wants to connect with Kathy about leadership and whatnot. But I don't see anything about VR up here. You got to put some VR.
You know what? There is a VR Waffles page. So I'll have to look at that and I'll have to change some of it, but there is a page on LinkedIn for VR Waffles itself.
Oh, here we go. This one.
Yeah.
This one, right? Very interesting. And we met at Next Gen Summit, I believe.
Yeah, in Vegas. Yep.
In Vegas, yeah. So guys, that's the other thing is, and sorry to cut you out, Kathy, but this is probably one of the things I was talking to. I just sent a testimonial to our mentor Jen, because one thing I learned over Clubhouse and just in general is just spend the money, go all in, don't hesitate, because hesitation will hold back progress. And so I joined Jen's mastermind, and now I'm a part of like 5 or 6 different masterminds this summer. And masterminds, for people who don't know what that is basically a whole bunch of successful people, the cream of the crop, people coming together, talking about cool stuff and networking and getting business done. It's pretty much a highlight. It's been happening for hundreds of years. People have been congregating. I think we got the Constitution out of that too, right? That was a kind of a mastermind. We have the founding fathers. So I'm like all in. I'm spending capital as a part of business development, investor relations. I think I just came back from Orlando's mastermind. We probably raised like 10, 15K there in our round of funding that we just ended. So I'm going all in. In fact, I'm going tonight to meet Ty Lopez for his mastermind as well. Something that definitely I recommend, guys. Go invest in your businesses by investing in yourself.
That's awesome. I think you're going to Miami to Eric's mastermind this.
Yeah. Eric McNeil. He's hosting a mastermind on a yacht. I'm also going to be there for Sean Higgins mastermind. Guys, if you don't know these people, they're incredible human beings, very successful, 7, 8, 9-figure entrepreneurs. So definitely get to know them for sure. If you go on our company Instagram page or my Instagram page, you'll see the list of where we're going to be. If you're going to be in those cities, please, coffee's on me, tea's on me, not literally, but like I'll pay for it. If you guys are going to be in that city, let me know. We'll definitely grab coffee or tea. Mint tea with maple syrup, by the way.
There you go. So, and then why I'm awesome.
Yeah.
My book is going to be published here.
Woo! Wait, put it up against the camera. The Warrior Within. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. What is that about?
It's called Unleash the Warrior Within, and Les Brown wrote my foreword.
Nice.
So if you guys know who Les Brown is, he's a top motivational speaker in the world. Mm-hmm. And so it's a memoir journal workbook, and it talks about overcoming anxiety and depression. Oh. And it gives tools and tips on how to do that without utilizing prescription medicine. Nothing wrong with that.
What would be the one tip you would give to a business owner? Because by the way, that topic is very close to me. My mom had that situation as well. But as a business owner, I saw her grappling with it. What is your one tip that would be in that book?
My number one tip for me and what helped me the most is yoga.
Yes. Hot yoga?
I love hot yoga. Yep.
Yeah.
There's something.
Allie's liking that too.
Yeah. Something sacred about the practice of yoga.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. I think that's also important to make sure that you're taking care of your soul, your spirituality, your physical being, all of that stuff is very important.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. And then my question to you, because actually I wasn't sure what my question was, and I just wanted to hop on here because I like meeting new people.
Yeah. But to that point, if you're looking to come in here right now and join the live stream, definitely go to your HelloWoofy account, go to the bottom, just click on that link, and you'll be able to join us right now. We do this every week on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. So definitely come on in. But Kathy, what's your question?
The name of my book is called Unleash the Warrior Within.
Mm-hmm. No, what was your question? You said
so I was answering Christina's question. Anyways, my question stems from, do you have a separate personal Instagram account and then also a business HelloWoofy business account?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
And they're both business. They've been both upgraded to business because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do to automatically post to them. Okay. So all of our posts that are coming out are coming up through the platform. So we have, as you can see here, the HelloWoofy Instagram business. We have the Arjun Rai Instagram business. Now I also have the personal, even though those are business integration, business accounts, I've also integrated them as a personal integration here. Because Instagram has an interesting way of doing things. If you want to get reminders for stories or reels, you have to do the personal. But if you want to fully automate your carousels on business or your feed on business, you got to make sure that all of your images are 1-to-1 ratio or 4-to-5 ratio or 5-to-4 ratio. They just prefer that. And so that's why we have a whole bunch. And actually Snoopy's account just got added in here as well, which is where we're going to be pushing this. Yeah, so guys, follow Snoopy.
Oh, that's awesome. And then do you post the same content on both your business and personal?
In some cases, yes, not in all cases. Like some things might be just very specific to the the business. So let me see in my calendar. Like in the last few days, I've done AMA Tuesday. So AMA Tuesday went to only the business account you can see here because it was all about asking us anything about that. But then what did I do? Ask us anything. This was the following day. Always down for, oh, this was my ramen noodle thing. So obviously I didn't post it to my company page.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Pet Wednesdays today, we're going to celebrate our pets, people, our furry friends. So the post that's coming out today will be this one here, I think 3, 4. So that'll be coming out to kind of share who we, our pets, and people are going to share their dog photos and all that.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was my question.
Okay. Awesome. I'll move over to Allie. Allie, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you're awesome, and some of the ways that our community can help you out today.
Hi, my name is Allie Schneider. I'm from Stewart, Florida.
Woohoo!
So welcome from sunny and drizzly Florida.
Wait, how far are you from Miami or Orlando?
About 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay, Florida's like
You're
Texas.
north.
Like you could be like driving forever and you're still in the same state.
It's true. We're between West Palm Beach and Vero Beach on the east coast.
Fancy. You love the breakers.
Oh, yeah. Used to. So expensive. It's crazy.
Mm.
But it's a gorgeous place.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what are some of the things that you're looking for help with?
Okay. We have 2 companies, SFS Tax and Accounting Services and the Tax Relief Company, which is what I generally post to. I have a couple of other things, but I'm just working with those. I handle all the marketing, social media, all the fun stuff, the creative side of it.
Yeah.
And I listen often to Jim Edwards.
Oh, Jim Edwards, give a shout out to him. He's one of our
Right.
investors too. Oh my God,
Right.
that's awesome.
So I got to the name of your company through there because I've been using Buffer for years.
Yeah. Is
And
this your
I've been
firm? Is this
using-
your firm?
That's the tax and accounting, and the other one is the tax relief company that I work with. Yeah.
Got it. A couple of things I'm noticing is you're missing a logo here. It's giving an error file, and I don't think this is the proper structure for how to do the copyright. Let me just double check our website.
I just transferred from one company to another, so we're kind of getting everything in order, but thank you for noticing that.
Yeah, so this is the structure that's supposed to be. It should say copyright. Again, check with your attorney or
Okay.
whoever's the person who's doing it. But I believe it's supposed to be copyright, the year, the symbol, and then your company and entity, which I think is kind of flip-flopped and kind of mixed-mashed on
Okay.
your side. So that's
Okay, I'll
something-
go in and take a look at that. Thank you. But if you pull up the taxreliefco.com,
The tax relief company.
there you go.
Not seeing it right now. We'll put a URL in the chat and then we can pull it up. But so tell us a little bit more about what are some of the things you're running. So with that company you need help with is what you're saying?
Reliefco.com. Should be able to get into it from there.
All right, there we go. Got it.
Okay.
You
I
were saying?
post to both companies. The reason I was using on OneUp.io is because they post to Google. This is our main company that I've been using a lot to market to.
Very cool. So what have you been finding to be the trouble or the
Okay.
I guess the barrier?
It's not so much that it's the trouble. Yeah, I see it's different down there. What I'm trying to figure out is I've seen the big difference between what your company can do compared to the other 2 that I was working on.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I do
Quite a big
posting. I
difference.
typically post 3 to 4 times a week, if not 5 times a week.
Okay.
I post a lot to Google because we're very organic. I've really done in the past couple of years, no paid advertising.
Okay.
So Google is like my place to be. I post on Facebook, but I mostly count on posting to groups.
So when you say Google, I'm assuming you're talking about Google My Business for the
My
local
business,
area?
yeah, and the new one, yeah.
Now, is your website also a WordPress site or what is it built in?
Yes,
It's a WordPress site. Okay. So one thing I'm going to recommend you definitely take a look at is something called Google Web Stories. I think it's in code review right now with our engineering team. We're about to deploy a new plugin that will
Good.
allow you to also take that to a whole new level with search. So let me just give you a quick example of, because if you love Google, you're going to love Google Web Stories. Let's see, share desktop one. Okay. So guys, this is for everyone, in the whole community, especially people who are tuning in into a live stream. Look at Google Web Stories. Google Web Stories is basically my point. It's just like Instagram Stories, except it populates in search results. And so if you take a look at their website, they're very proud of it. And whenever Google comes up with a new product, you always want to try it out. So with Google Web Stories, there are a couple of different, platforms that allow you to kind of push content into search through your website. At the moment, we're going to be doing is actually doing it for WordPress and Shopify. So just to give you an example, like for example, if you search for a company called Remodelista, there's a whole section on mobile that you'll see on below on Google that will come up as, say, visual stories. Now, these are just like any other stories. It has a slideshow, but in this case, every slide could be an image, a video, a text, or a button or a link. Very powerful to drive traffic away from here into your landing pages. But again, it populates on the first or second page, depending on how far that you're scrolling in search results themselves. So this is actually coming out very soon for agency plus and enterprise clients. So that's something to keep in mind. Ali, if you love Google, this is definitely going to be very, very interesting for you.
Okay. I had just recently, I only joined your company last week.
Okay. Welcome.
So I'm just in the process of trying.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Thank you. Of trying to set up everything.
Yeah.
And I put my blogs on my website, and I was trying to set up the blog on the website. I must have been doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. As I said, I was in a transition phase going from one somebody that's handling my
so you were having issues with your you were having issues with your WordPress blog connecting?
No, trying to get it so I can post directly from HelloWoofy to my blog. Can I do that, or is it the other way around?
Of course. No, that's exactly the point. So here, I'll give you an example of one too. So Journal allows you to do exactly that. Now, Journal is also going to have the ability to send newsletters out of here. So if you guys follow Ty Lopez or Billie Jean or Garen Cardone, any of those individuals, right? They don't send massive newsletters with like graphics and GIFs and all that stuff. It's just very simple text and maybe one image, right? They try to be very simple, to the point, to the T. And so we actually want to encourage our business owners to do the same thing. So this exact same post with a header image on the right side, you can edit, you can add hyperlinks here. Obviously, you can see there's a hyperlink here for social media. You can add, lists of things, H1 tags, underline, the whole 9 yards. And then once you're ready to go, Ali, to answer your question, you can actually send it off to your Medium account or your WordPress account at the moment. And then Shopify, Wix, Webflow, Tumblr, Blogger, and MailChimp actually are going to be coming out very soon as well. So you'll see the whole roadmap on our main page, under integrations are coming soon. Yeah.
Because that's where I was having a problem connecting it. I didn't know where to do that.
Oh, no, that's simple.
I write a weekly letter
that
I've been putting on social media.
Yeah. So go to settings and then click on add WordPress. And then there it's going to ask you what is a URL. And also below it's going to ask you for the API key. Now that API key is unique to your website. So once you add the HelloWoofy plugin to your website, you'll see the key, paste it in here, click add, and then that's it. You'll be able to connect your blog from there at that point on.
Are you going to be adding anything like ActiveCampaign?
We are talking to a couple other partners. I mean, the roadmap, as you see here, is what the roadmap is, but we do have a couple of other ones coming soon. So throw that into the Facebook group. I mean, that's the other thing for everyone who's tuning in or also on the call right now. If you guys have feedback and like critique, not obviously criticism, we always want to be critique oriented here. Let us know what we can add to the roadmap, make better user interface, improvements, where Jack is the guy that's, really handling all the tickets. So he knows firsthand what customers really want and need help with. But we also want to know from you directly through, here on the call or in general. Feel free to, voice your opinion, especially in the Facebook group, which for everyone, again, is content masters right here. All right, let's keep going. Now, Vanessa, can you hear us? I know you're walking around a little bit. Can you hear us and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Love HelloWoofy. I'm still working in it, trying to get everything going up and running, and making sure it's one of the main staples that I use. I run a nonprofit founders club, and to help new nonprofit founders build their nonprofits.
Nice.
And I am challenged with today is I'm having an upcoming summit. So I have this question for you. And
Yeah.
so I'm starting to upload all of my marketing materials for the next that are scheduled to go out from May 23rd until the June 10th. And
Yeah.
some of the days are like saying day seven more days to go, 6 more days to go, 5 more days. And so I was wondering, how should I do that? Should I do individual individual posts, or should I do it in the campaign post and then just date it in there? I'm not quite sure what's the most effective way.
And by the way, for everyone, I just pulled up your LinkedIn account as well. So if you want to connect with Vanessa, there it is, Nonprofit Founders Club. I always recommend starting with the library. As I was mentioning to, I think, Christina earlier as well, fill the library with as much content as possible into these categories that make sense for your business. So you already seem to have an idea what those categories may look like.
Yeah.
And then from there, I would start with scheduling the posts one at a time by hitting the little triangle on the right side, which is next to the edit, next to the trash can. And you'll be able to schedule one at a time, the content, just to get a understanding of how the whole posting and curation and all of that works. And then from that point, once you feel a little bit more comfortable, then you may want to start creating campaigns. So just an example, let's say you go one step further, you could be like, let's say you have an event on the 31st coming up. Then you could be like, okay, you know what? Every few days, I want, some content coming out to promote the event. But then on the last few days, I really want to hammer in on the event. It's happening. Grab your ticket, et cetera. So you might want to, increase the, post frequency there. So that would be my two different approaches. I would say start with the curated part, schedule one at a time, get used to it, and then do this.
Okay. So, because in the campaign, it will, I'm not mistaken, it'll randomly put them out there too. And then if I run out, it'll repeat it. But if I'm doing specific dates, like the 7th day, I would put that time frame in. Okay.
Sort of. It's not random. So like, for example, if I do, let's say I'm just doing a few days as an example. If you choose to do LIFO, that's last in, first out, or first in, first out, or shuffle. In your case, it is in that case, it would be random, but it's entirely up to you in terms of how you want to go about it. Now, for people who don't know what LIFO and Ali, you probably know this at being an accountant, what LIFO and FIFO are, but last in, first out means that, this post will come out, then this post will come out, etc. First in, first out means the very bottom post, which is whatever that post is going to come out first, and then the next one, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's just something to keep in mind.
Okay, great. And I wanted to tell you, thank you. I was on last week, and you mentioned your ask questions on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so you reminded me, I used to do something called Pick My Brain. And so now so thank you, because it's like, I got to remember to do that every Tuesday. And I noticed that you're doing that. And so when you do that question, this is probably off task, when you do that on your Facebook or whatever, do you go there and then you answer those questions live on Facebook at that time? Or what do you do from there after you have those posts going out?
Yeah. So, you can see in our Facebook group, Content Masters, and, we're also live streaming right now into the group. So everyone in that group knows that, I sometimes take my phone and I'll take, use the Facebook app on my phone. And in the comment section, I'll be like, hey, Vanessa, love that question. Here's a quick, answer. You can do this. You can do this. Click on the link below. I'll put paste the link there. If you need anything else, let me know. So it's about 20 seconds. In the comments, you can only do 20 seconds worth of a video. You just have to long press on the little circle in the Facebook app. So that's how I respond to questions that come up. On top of that, Jack is also taking those questions, not only from the Facebook side, but also the FAQ side, and then turning those into FAQ articles that we will then turn into videos and then put on YouTube as well, the ones that come up again and again. So it's a good way for us to feed what our customers needing help with, because I can ask you what you need help with, but when you really need help with that's like, and if you keep seeing that again and again across the user base, we have over 12,000 now members. That's good. That's how we kind of use that as a both for our business, but then also help our customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
plus it's
great.
great content. It's great content for you. Like I said earlier, like turn that into blog posts, turn that into YouTube videos, all of those things are sources of content that you can come up with. Jim's probably going to agree with that for sure. Jim, he loves talking about, how to create content and keep doing it on an ongoing basis.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. You're so full of information. I love watching you. Every time I hear you, I learn something new and I get a new tool to use. So I thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And here's actually a tool. One more thing I'll recommend for everyone is Answer the Public. I'm sure many people know already about it, but Answer the Public is actually really interesting because it allows you to find content that people are looking for based on what industry you're in. So if you go to answerthepublic.com, and let's say I'm looking for social media management, right? I just hit enter. It's going to do its fancy dance, and then it's going to find a whole bunch of topics that people are looking for. So for example, following our social media management tools, why social media management is important. Like this is something that, our team can go through and, create, I don't know, 12, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, blog posts and videos off of. And this is like your source of content right there.
Okay.
In your case, nonprofit founders, all of that content would be very valuable.
Okay, wonderful. I'll look into that. Thank you.
All right, let's keep
Hey,
going.
Arjun, can you touch on Squarespace integration? Truly just asked a question in the chat.
Yeah.
About that.
Hey, Truly. The question: any plans on integration Squarespace? So unfortunately, Squarespace doesn't have a direct integration. Neither does Weebly. Neither does Wix. They don't have a direct integration. So what we're going to be doing is, if you have the app for Squarespace and Weebly and Wix on your site, I have actually called the web builders. So for people who are looking here, these are the 3 apps that I have. What'll happen is, just like you get the reminders for personal Instagram, TikTok, personal Facebook, and Snapchat, you're going to be able to open the HelloWoofy app, like this is our HelloWoofy app, and it'll send you a reminder to post the blog post. In that case, it'll copy everything over, and then you'll be able to post directly into the Squarespace account. So let me see if I can pull up my Squarespace account right now. I might not be logged in. Session expires. So log in. Let's see if I can do that really quickly. Nope, I cannot. Okay, but I'll basically open the Squarespace app, and there's a whole blog section there. Just paste it in, and it'll post for you there at that point. And by the way, it'll include the links, it'll include the rich text and all of that. We have tested that, and it does work, but it'll be reminder based. All right, let's keep going. Amber, you're next. If you can come on camera, Truly, if you can come on camera as well, that'd be great. But Amber, you're next. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what makes you so awesome, and some of the ways we can help you out.
Hi. So first I'll say I have a dog sitting business, so no promises that it'll be quiet here. If the dogs.
Oh no, of course not. That's okay. We love dogs. Have you seen my hat?
Yeah, they could.
Should I get boxers with HelloWoofy logo on them too? Is that too much?
Absolutely. No, go for it.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, here they go.
There we go. They agree. All right, Amber, go ahead.
I also have kids that are running around and everything.
You probably can't tell the difference.
No, it's just as soon as one walks into the room, the dogs all flip out again.
There
so
we go.
Anyway, that's my fun business. I'm on here because I work for Winning Team Marketing.
Okay.
We're a marketing agency, and so we're doing all kinds of social media marketing for various clients, for a bunch of different clients. And I'm trying to figure out how to navigate all of that and keep all of that organized.
So I found your LinkedIn. I'm just going to share it real quick. So We Do Your Marketing is the name?
The marketing, it's Winning Team Marketing, and I don't do anything with my LinkedIn, so that's not even up to date.
Oh, okay, got it. But
yeah.
If you guys want to connect with her, this is her LinkedIn. If you're looking for what Amber looks like.
Yeah, it's I work for Renee. She's been on here before, Renee Kopp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I work for her, and it's pretty much my job to figure out the process and figure out how to make it work so that I can hand it on to somebody else.
Sure.
So that's me. So I'm just on here trying to learn as much as I can.
Well, one thing I will say, like I said, if you're looking for content inspirations, that's a great, those 3 things or 4 things I mentioned is great. The other thing I would say is, kind of figure out depending on what category you're in and I guess industry you're in. One of the things that we built is a search engine. So this is 1/4 of the patent that we received from the USPTO, which is obviously our U.S. government here, they issued a patent to us, and one of the things that we wanted to do was map the entire English dictionary to figure out which words, which emojis, which hashtags tend to do well with one another. So you got answer the public for topics that people are searching for or whatnot, but if you want to really go granular and see how language is formulating and how it's kind of living and breathing and growing, this will be probably something that you want to definitely take a look at as well, just for your personal interest, and see how you can optimize for emojis and hashtags. Because in the platform, when you start typing, it'll actually give you those recommendations on the bottom, and that's how it's getting powered to give you those recommendations. So I would say if you want to take it to a next level, that's another thing they look out for.
Okay. So one question that I had when I was working with this today, is the library. So for the library, we can't sort by, there's no way to just look at one platform, like at one client's Facebook, what we have lined up for there, correct?
So we do have multiple calendars. So right now you'll see multiple calendars on the top right. Each of them will hold different integrations. Right now there's only one library with different categories. So you can call it like client A motivation, client B motivation. But in the future, I think you may have remember this from the demo, in the pricing, we actually have multiple libraries coming in for the agency accounts and the enterprise accounts. So that'll mean at that point that you will be able to have a library with calendars within it, another library with calendars within it, and you can bifurcate from one client to another.
Okay, great. Do you have any idea like how far out that is? Because I know my boss will ask me.
Yeah, so we're probably thinking 2 to 3 months on the library separation. MailChimp is done. It's in code review. Google Web Stories is in code review. The augmented reality app for scheduling content with clients is also in review. So we have a couple of things in the pipeline. But the recent round of funding is going to definitely help accelerate quite a few things.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yep. All right. Thanks,
Thank
Amber. And then last but not least, truly, Nix. I love that name. Can you unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you're into, what line of work you're in, and what are some of the challenges you're facing?
Hello, everyone. I have a full-time job that pays my bills. I work for Sirius XM satellite radio.
Oh, cool. And I was just talking to someone actually on a date that we both connected on radio, and how there was a radio tower in my high school, and I loved doing the copywriting, the art direction. That's actually how I got into our advertising in general. So I love Sirius XM. Actually, the Sirius and XM were separate back then. I remember them, and then they combined.
Yeah, we just keep buying companies. So I do that full time, but I actually recently decided to develop a podcast that is based around the legal system. Actually, the foundation of the legal system in the United States, basically from colonial period to how laws were created, how they created for, and how they have evolved today, and how they interface, the parallel differences and non-differences between them. And so the idea is to I'm not a lawyer, I'm actually in finance. The idea is to make law more accessible. It's because the language of law is really difficult to understand and you get lost in the nonsense. And so, and hopefully that'll flow over to just being more involved into the social justice system and, change and how to make change. So my biggest problem is my website's not completed. My LinkedIn is almost non-existent, and just getting content done. So that's why, I've used Write Sonic and Jasper, and now I'm with HelloWoofy. Hopefully the combination of all those things, I could come up with some decent content.
Okay, so let me pause you there because I have a whole bunch of thoughts for you.
Right now,
okay, so one thing to keep in mind is books. Well, I love history because it repeats itself with different players and different things all the time. One thing to keep in mind is, do you see this book here on the screen where it says "What If"? That is very interesting because it actually talks about many of the things that you're talking about in terms of what would happen if this didn't happen, or what would happen if this ruling went in a different way, or this battle went in a different way. So I love this book, and it really does go in depth into for generations how things have really impacted. So that's one thing. The other thing I was going to say is, without naming any names or any companies, one thing to keep in mind is I know you talked about content creation, and I talked about, ways to find inspiration for content, objections, FAQs, testimonials, thought leadership content. You can totally use other platforms that create content, like they take 5 keywords and then they generate 2,000 words using GPT-3. The only issue with that is that Google is noticing, and they're definitely frowning upon entirely AI generated content. So as you remember from all our, everyone's been on a sales call either with me, Jack, or Ranjitha, we always used to tell you that, hey, as you start creating your content and storytelling, we being the platform, we will start helping you generate additional content, but it won't do anything. It won't take over your keyboard. It's there to help you, plus optimize it with emojis and hashtags, the whole 9 yards. So I took that stance firmly 2.5 years ago, got a patent on that technology. And then, of course, in 3 years in, 2.5 years in, Google's coming out and saying, hey, not okay to create entire AI generated content. You need to have the human element in there, which is why, thank God we took that approach, because other companies that are saying anything else, they're just they're kind of living off your need, or not need, but like everyone wants to be lazy. They want to do more with less. The only issue with that is now you're running into Google saying, not okay. You need the human element there.
Yeah.
So if you are using those tools, just go in and make sure that a third of it is like your content. Like change the words, change the phrases, make it sound like you, because plagiarism is on the rise because of this now.
Well, actually, the big problem with AI, like a lot of my content, because of what I'm dealing with, is very tone driven, and so which I find a lot of AI they do not pick up on. And
AI doesn't have sass. AI is not sassy at all.
Yes. And some of my things are very touchy feely. Some controversial topics. As soon as you mention sex, everything goes wishy. So a lot of things I don't get back any information on, just because they haven't figured out how not to, I guess, filter certain language. So yeah, it hasn't been that great. But
the other thing I would say is
discovery option. So
the other thing I would say is also on Fiverr, you can find incredible people on there who can also ghostwrite for you. So you could. So I was taught in middle school and high school to come up with like a framework. You have your thesis statement, you have your closing statement, you have your transitions and all that stuff, right? It's a formula for me. And your 5 topic sentences, each of them are your paragraphs that you can expand upon. If you give that kind of a template, and I've had this happen before, to a Fiverr ghostwriter, then he or she can create more content off of it and then give it to you for review and editing. And then you kind of come up with a process at that point. You can get articles out the door. Plus, if you're doing a podcast, that's great content. He or she can just listen to it, create an article off of it, and then and then be able to turn those also into micro posts. Because if you put the link in our platform, I'll just give you a quick example here. If you put the link in our platform, like let's say this emoji article from Adobe, it'll actually read it for you and give you a whole bunch of quotes as suggestions right there. And so those could all be social media posts right there that you can throw in one at a time. Or actually, the cool thing is, if you go into the library and do import content, import URL, you can also do it in bulk, and it'll come up with 3 variations of that post. And you can throw those in here as well. And then if you want to, like, I don't want to use this here, and then I could put in another hashtag, like, let's say emoji marketing. I'll put that in there. And then I can also pull in the image from the article, and then, in your case, a podcast, and you're good to go. So now you got 3 variations, 3 versions of that same article that you wrote based on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like the Fiverr recommendation, actually, to come up with a template for a ghostwriter.
And 10-15 an article is more than enough for some very talented people around the world. And then especially if you promise them, hey, we're going to do it like 4 times a month, it's $40, $60, $100. You've gotten your time back all of a sudden. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll call it there. This was 45 minutes of awesomeness. It's the first time we're actually live streaming, so this is very, very cool. But does anyone else have any other comments, any other questions before we conclude?
Well, I do, for truly. Another great actually software that detects tone that I've been using personally for the last 4 years is Grammarly. They've stepped their engine up really, really well. And personally, I suck at grammar. So, and sometimes tones for emails and things like that are off, but they actually have a pretty good tone software out there. So it's part of their like premium plan or something. But if you're doing a lot of copywriting,
which I actually have, so I should use it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that the other day. So yeah, definitely use that.
Yeah.
Really, really useful.
The other thing is, of course, they're I believe entirely or majority of their company. No, they have a San Francisco office too, but they're obviously based in Ukraine as well. So another great company to support while we're going. The entire world is going through certain moments of questionability. Yeah, so it's always good to support great companies.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, virtual hugs from New York City. Thank you so much for joining the weekly networking call group mastermind. We'll also have speakers come in and talk about specific topics, and we'll give you a heads up in terms of what those topics will be. But every week we're going to do this at 12 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, and we're probably going to do some for another call for our Australian and UK clients as well. But for now, I'll see you next week at 12 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.